So you may be wondering, why do I have to put all of this oil in my horn? Why do I have to do all of this? Basically, what we're trying to do is reduce the friction between metal parts moving on other metal parts. Over time, when you push a valve down like this, inside a metal piece is moving and inside of a metal casing. So we have metal turning against a fixed metal casing. Over time, it wears it down. And then as I keep playing and blowing air through, leaks develop, and then the air doesn't go 100% where I want it to go. It goes maybe like 97% where I want it to go, and 3% of it's going somewhere else because there's not a complete seal. And then I have problems with my tone and my pitch, and all kinds of things start to happen in a negative, and it starts to go downhill to the point where you would need a whole valve rebuild. And that costs a lot of money. It can be like $800, which, that's a lot to me. That's almost the cost of a pretty good used horn. So I'd hate to spend all that money on a repair that I could prevent by putting, I don't even know, maybe 4 cents worth of oil in my horn on a regular basis. So you need to think about all of the places on your instrument where metal moves against metal, and then put lubricant there, okay? And so we've already gone over that and how to do that. And if you can find other places that a drop of oil might be suitable, go for it, okay? Because in the end, it's all going to make your instrument last for longer, and it will work better. Over the course of time, run into all kinds of different oils. You may find oils that do better for your chemistry. I have used oil in the past that smells really good. It's scented. I loved it. I thought it was the neatest thing ever because it smelled like strawberries instead of a car. And so I was using it, and every time I emptied my water, which we're about to learn how to do, it was this really toxic looking greenish frothy liquid that was coming out of my horn. And I never thought anything of it. I was like, it smells really good. It's worth it. Until somebody pointed out, that's not normal. And I thought, well, maybe it's not. You're right. I guess it should just be condensation with a slight bit of saliva in the water that you empty from your instrument, and not a frothy toxic soup. Okay, maybe that's a good point. It's probably not working well with my body chemistry. So I decided to go ahead and switch at that point to what I use now, which is, it has zero odor. It doesn't smell like a car or strawberries. It smells like nothing. And it lasts longer. And so it's working well for me. And it's what I've been using for so many years that I can't even tell you. I don't even have any of the other stuff anymore. So it's okay if you want to switch brands, do that, because it may be better for your instrument. Now, I mentioned that I emptied my water. We haven't even played yet, but what will happen as we do play is your warm air from your body goes through your colder instruments, and condensation is produced, and it lines the tubes on the inside, and it starts to collect in little pools of water inside your instrument. And so we have to eliminate that. If we don't, we get this popping sound in the middle of playing. So the first place that we usually start with emptying the water is off of the lead pipe and the main tuning slide. So we tilt your horn to your right, leading with your mouthpiece. And you pull out the main tuning slide, and you empty the water. Okay? This is a good time to just reflect that it is your saliva, if there's any saliva in there. It's nobody else's, and it's mostly water. It's really not as icky as it seems. If you're okay with that, good. If you're not okay with that, you're going to have to start to get okay with it. And at the very least, just make sure you don't get it on you. Don't put it on your foot or drop it on your clothes. If that kind of grosses you out, I understand. But you're in for many emptyings of your water, so you want to make sure you get over it. And then we empty the other slide in the back. Okay, now, I would say 80% of the time that takes care of most of the water, but then there's the 20% where you're going to have more water still in your horn. So we need to get that out by doing a quick trick that I do here. Tilt your horn to your left, All the water that's hanging out in the slides is going to start running down. Gravity is on our side here. Put your third valve down and wiggle your valves. Now put your trigger down in your third valve and wiggle the valves. Tilt your horn. Gravity's pulling it down this way. And you're going to tilt it to the right. And now gravity's putting it all down in the third valve slide. You're going to keep the third valve down depressed the whole time. Okay, now put your trigger down, trigger up, third valve down as you empty or pull this third valve slide out. Now trigger down and third valve, pull the back slide out. We're going to empty all the water that we collected into the third valve slides. And that should have eliminated all water that would have been in your valves, okay? Sometimes it doesn't get all of it, so then we're going to go back through and blow through the horn to listen for popping, which would be water. And then we're going to push valves down and see if it's hanging out in any of our slides. Nothing there. Now I have to put my trigger down plus those valves. Nothing there. I seem to be free and clear. And then I do one last thing, which is I call like the around the world. So with your mouthpiece leading to your right, turn the horn. Water could come out of the bell, so get it away from your clothes. And then you're going to do it one more time. And give it a good shake. And water might come dribbling down your bell, okay? So you just need to have a heads up that that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get any water that's caught past the valve cluster and all that and get it to come out of the bell, okay? So to recap really quickly, you can, I didn't show you this, but you could go this way, just get out of the lead pipe, or go this way and out of the main tuning slides. Then we tilt your horn to your left, wiggle your valves, keeping your third valve down. Come back to your right, empty third valve slides, get the water out. Go back through, make sure it's all empty in all of your valves. And then once, twice around the world, get it out of your bell. And I do all of that in probably 10 seconds flat. So you'll get your own little water elimination choreography down, and you'll become really fast because a lot of times you don't have a lot of time, but you have water that needs to get out of your horn. So necessity will make you very efficient.